Welcome to the 10 affordable cars that will make you look rich.
See you out here in your daddy's car. This should look good.
I've picked 10 cars under 40k that you can lease on a tight budget. So number 1 on our list is the Porsche Panamera 3.0 diesel. Not everybody will be the fan of the Panamera with its funky lines and a bit of cumbersome physique.
I have to say, I like the look of it now.
You can't sit.
No, it's behind that building.
But I think it's a good car, especially if you get it in black and you can get some nice rims on it, do some subtle modifications to kind of bring it up to date. It's a perfect number 1 car. For the same type of money you could go for the Boxster or the Cayman, although the Panamera has that more exotic factor due to being seen less on the street. Having the 3-liter diesel will probably make it better for the insurance, for the fuel economy and servicing, as opposed to the bigger V8 petrol monsters that you can get. So number 2 on the list is the Aston Martin Vantage. It's a quite timeless design, starting with just over £23,000, which is a pretty good bargain. With a few subtle modifications you can make it look very recent. It's a good car to pull up to a restaurant to and chuck your keys at the valet. People will automatically also assume you are the man driving the Aston Martin Vantage. If you're looking for the Vantage, I would suggest looking for the 4.3 V8 with a manual gearbox. So number 3 on the list is the Audi R8 V8 4.2 FSI. The Audi R8 usually is left out from any top 10 lists, although I think it looks as good as ever. With prices starting around £32,000, if you had a choice between an RS3 or an R8, I know which one I will pick. With selection of automatic and manual gearboxes combined with a 4-wheel drive, the car is great. Number 4 on the list is the Alfa Romeo 4C. The 4C might be rare in the wild, although don't be discouraged by its small 1.7 litre engine which punches out over 250 horsepower, combined with an under 1 ton weight. It's a firecracker. One thing, the coupe looks better than the Spider, although I love the roof down experience. The drawback of the car is probably the plastic interior.
No, it's my Bentley!
Number 5 on the list is the Bentley Continental GT or GTC. So with prices starting just at £15,000, the Bentley Continental is an absolute steal. Don't go for the cheapest car, try to spend around £30,000 with a well-maintained example. The biggest drawback of this car, and probably makes it the most expensive to run on this list, is the W12 engine. Expensive to maintain, expensive to repair, expensive anything. If you can, find the Bentley with a V8 in your price range, I would suggest you go for that one. With subtle refreshments on the Bentley, it will look the part wherever you go. For me, the Bentley Continental GT is the best all-rounder car from the high shelf. I'll pick it over any Ferrari and any Lambo any day. If you gave me a brand new GTC, convertible V8 or even Super Sport with those quilted seats with this absolutely everything, air suspension, going up and down, adaptive, top down, up, cooled, heated seats, everything, full comfort, that's the car for me. Since I talked way too much about the Bentley, let's just slide in number 6, which is the Gran Turismo Maserati. With the prices starting around 18k, you can get yourself a Ferrari V8 with an incredible soundtrack. The biggest drawback of this car is probably the in-car entertainment, which is quite dated now. They are also described that they are not the fastest cars, although if you go for either the Quattroporte or the Gran Turismo or the Gran Cabrio, the soundtrack from the stock exhaust is subliminal. So with the Gran Turismo or the Maserati, you have a choice of good aftermarket exhausts from IPE or Army Tricks, which will turn the car into an absolute monster.
Whoa! The Maserati, really?
It is nice.
At number 7, if you want to look like an absolute G on the streets, you can get yourself a Mercedes G Wagon for under 40k. The drawback? The interior will be quite dated, but on the outside you will look like 2017 G63. It's a bit of a fraud, but with the iconic shape of the G Wagon, if you can live with the interior, that might be the car for you. So at number 8, we have the Nissan GTR. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this car. I love the performance, but the demographic of the people who drive the GTR, a little bit arrogant. The cars start just shy of £30,000, you have to watch out for an abused example. Price for performance is probably the best performing car you can buy today. At the end of the day, it is just a Nissan. It's hard to distinguish the cars from 2008 and 2018 if you don't know what you're looking for. I feel like with the GTR, as an owner, you have to explain a lot, which makes it quite uncool. If somebody asks you what you drive and you say a GTR, and they might be like, oh, a GTI, are you driving a Golf? The second answer is I drive a Nissan, but they immediately will think of the Micra. On number 9, I have the Range Rover Vogue or Range Rover Sport. So the era from about 2002 for the Vogue, 2004 for the Sport, all the way to 2012. You can pick these Range Rovers up fairly cheap. You can throw brand new parts on them, make them look very recent, and then with their boxy lines they look very great, very gangster. You can really make an appearance in one of those. At number 10 we have the Tesla Model S, with prices starting around 35-40,000 for an older model which still holds its charge. It's a great bargain. In the drag race of the year in the Motor Trend, when they had all these cars lined up, 488s, Lambos, what have you, the Tesla went first. The second fastest accelerating car, Porsche 911 Turbo. The GTR wasn't that quick. The cars that didn't quite make the list, I would look at the Lotus Exige, Mercedes S-Class, Mercedes CL, and that's about it. If you have any ideas, please drop them down in the comment box. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video, and stay tuned for more content.